Let's take you through satellite and radar right now to get you out the door. It is nice and quiet out there. We did have a few sprinkles floating through Highlands and Hardee County, but those are now out of the way. Temperatures generally in the low to mid 70s, warmer closer to the water. We were closer to 80 degrees, 77 in Clearwater, 78 in Tampa, 76 in Sarasota and in Lakeland, 72 in Crystal River, generally in the low 70s up through the Nature Coast this morning. We'll stay mostly dry through about 2 o'clock. You'll notice an increase in cloud cover. And once you see those clouds increase, that's when you know that instability is building for isolated thunderstorms to develop. So here's a look at 4:30, maybe an isolated heavy downpour down the 75 corridor and inland. I do think our greater coverage of rain, very similar to yesterday, will be after 6 o'clock. I do think we'll have the ingredients today for maybe an isolated strong storm with some gusty wind. Obviously, heavy rain is in play just like the last couple of days. And then as we head towards 7, 8 o'clock, those storms will generally line up along that 75 corridor and inland and continue into the overnight hours. Notice some heavy rain maybe over Tampa, St. Pete, all up through the Nature Coast down into Manatee County when you are sleeping later this evening. So just know you might have a few rumbles of thunder wake you up in the overnight hours. Now tomorrow, we'll watch for showers and storms to develop first inland and then push closer to I-75 through the evening. For that evening commute, a few heavy downpours possible. Not going to be a washout, but you might be slowed down just a touch for our inland communities. And then as we head into the later evening tomorrow, that's when our greatest coverage of rain looks like again. So after 8 o'clock and into the overnight really seems to be a hot spot for our time frame in terms of our heaviest rain the next several days. Going into the back half of the week, we'll have this trough to our north and we'll have kind of waves of energy pushing off of it. And that's going to increase our rain chances Thursday and then ultimately Friday, which is our next weather impact alert. We know a lot of students have graduation on Friday. Right now, if this trough can develop more so on the Atlantic coast, that's going to keep most of the heavy rain on the Atlantic side. So if that trend continues, maybe we're able to drop that weather impact alert. But either way, as a front approaches this upcoming weekend, that's going to trap in more of that deep tropical moisture that we're tracking. And that's going to lead to a very unsettled weekend. On and off rain and storms looks pretty likely both Saturday and Sunday. Temperature-wise today, hot and humid. It's going to feel closer to the triple digits, but with the increased rain chance, we're actually going to see temperatures go below average. We're looking at mid to upper 80s generally into the weekend with maybe some low 80s on the way early next week. Marine forecast, moderate chop on the bay, seas at about 3 to 4 feet today, so not the best boating day, and it's going to stay unsettled through your 7-day forecast.